Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mentorship Monday, recorded on a Sunday with Michelle and Maren. How's it going, Maren?
Oh, Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. Good. It's been a busy week. Uh, I would say a fulfilling week. A lot going on. What about you?
Well, in the US, it was Thanksgiving,
Oh, right.
and
Of
then
course.
after Thanksgiving was Black Friday and like Black Weekend, I feel, and now this is getting posted on Cyber Monday.
Right.
So this has been a huge week of getting things together for Thanksgiving and then getting Christmas lists together and
Yes.
um yesterday we went and chopped down our tree at the tree farm, which is like our favorite holiday tradition. We go
Yeah.
out and it's like 45 minutes away, so the drive alone is kind of fun. And then you park and you walk and then you get on this train and it takes you out to the Christmas tree
Oh, fun.
field and they give you
Yeah.
a saw and a sled and then you go and you find your Christmas tree. And this year we looked everywhere and then like Quinn and I saw it at the same time. My son and I saw it at the same time and we like start walking there, but this lady, she was walking towards the tree too, the same one, and she was walking faster than us. And you don't want to look like it's like you don't want to look like you're
You're like
racing
doing this.
people.
I'm envisioning it right now as like this side check and like picking up the speed, and then all of a sudden
Yes.
it's running.
Yes. Yes, and I like kept whispering to my son, I'm like, she's going to our tree. She's going to our tree. Because we like saw it like from across the field, and you're like, that's the one, it's
Yeah,
round, it's full, it's tall.
yeah,
And she went to it, and I was like, well, let's just go to the one next to it. And we looked at the one next to it, and it was good enough. And we were like, all right, this is good enough. And so I called my husband over. I was like, come check out this tree. And by that point, the lady's husband had called her back because he thought he found a better tree. There was not a better
yeah.
tree. And so she left. And my husband comes over and he's like, why are you guys looking at that tree? You should be looking at this tree. And we were like, wait, no, that's the tree we came over here for, but it was spoken for. And so he got down right away and started like sawing at it to like claim
Good
our
for you.
tree. So it was
Good for
so
you.
it's just so fun. And then we get hot cocoa and they sell like apple cider donuts and there's a little petting zoo and
Apple
slides
cider
and
donut.
oh
Apple
yeah.
cider donut.
Yes.
Mmm,
They
those sound good.
they really just taste like cinnamon sugar donuts, but there might be like
Mm,
a hint of an appley taste to it.
yum.
Oh no, they're good. They're delicious.
Yeah, they sound good.
Um, yeah, so we did that and then brought it home and it just took a while to like get it in its little stand and straight.
Yeah,
That was a little
yeah,
bit difficult.
yeah.
Um, so we did that yesterday. So today we are going to put the ornaments on it and put the decorations outside. I feel a little late. Thanksgiving was so late this year.
Yeah.
So I feel like
We're
I'm
doing
like,
our
I'm gonna,
decorations today. We're doing that too.
okay,
Are
good.
you are you a are you an online shopper, or are you an indoor shopper, or a little bit of both? What do you do?
So usually I am an online shopper and I like
Mhm.
last like 2 or 3 years. I don't even think I went to a store. I just
Yeah.
did it all online.
Hmm.
But this year, oh, I had to go look for Pokemon cards. My son is like really into Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And like something they were like sold out online and they're like, oh, maybe try at the store. So I went to a few stores. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is my first, like, I'm
Yeah.
driving all over looking for a certain, gift,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, gift on sale. Um,
Yeah.
so, so yes, but normally I'm all online. What about
I
you?
used to not, well, a few years ago, I started to get some things online, and I can't remember, maybe it was longer than a few years ago, because I remember there was just so much going on, and we were behind, like even putting up our tree, everything was late this year, or that particular year, and I started doing my shopping online to save time. And then the next year I did it again, and I did it again. And then I started searching for the deals and doing it that way. So I do like the online shopping because it saves me so much time. And although I love the feel of Christmas and of course the snow here and everything else, I love that experience, but I don't like the crowd. I do not like the crowd and the long lineup and all of that. So I do quite a bit of it online, and then there are, of course, there's certain things, you know, that I pick up closer to Christmas. But we've downsized our Christmas shopping list a great deal.
Good. That's
Yeah,
good.
a lot. We've streamlined it a lot more. So we try to do more with the experiences and less because honestly, it's taken me a long time. Like, let's be real here. It's taken me a long time to get rid of a lot of things out of our house because for a long time we've had too much, and we don't have a big house. So there's not a lot of storage. So we've had to be very strategic about what we keep and what we're bringing in and that sort of thing. And that's an ongoing process. So I'm being very conscientious of those types of things, what we're bringing in. So, yeah.
I had to help my kids. So, um, they usually make like an Amazon registry for their birthdays so that then we
Yeah.
can just get it out to family members that don't live
Yeah.
near us and makes it
Good
really
idea.
easy. So I did that for Christmas, but then I was looking at their list and it's like the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So my son likes Pokemon. It was like literally like 30 Pokemon sets. I'm like, that's not gonna happen, kid, you know?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Um, so we this year kind of implemented I don't know if you've ever heard of this, where it's like something to read, something to
Yes.
wear, something to
Yes. So we
play.
do. We do that. Yeah.
Yes. So we have
Hmm.
that. So it's like something to read, something to wear, something to play with, something to collect, so we can get those
Yes.
Pokemon cards in there.
Yeah.
And then like something to love, like a stuffy or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
um,
That's a really good one to go by. That really helps.
just kind of
Yeah.
round it out, right? And then we
Yeah.
can find some other little fillers too if we need
Yeah.
to, but that way it's more well-rounded.
Well, speaking of, so since we're on the topic of Christmas, so today for for our recording, today is December 1st. So everybody's viewing this on the 2nd. And so if you're viewing this video, you likely have already seen the post that is up in the community board and will also be on Instagram as well on the Healing Heart and also on Making of a Medium on Maren's as well. And what it is, and I wrote it down here, it's 31 days of love. And so where did this idea come from? It popped in my head the other day when I was actually feeling the love of our community. Like I was just kind of going through my head and thinking, I wonder what we could do as a community. Is there something we could do together that was easy and kind of fun and had a purpose to it that would usher us into 2025? And so what came through was doing something that was interactive that we could all do together and that had a little gift, some personal gifts and then a little gift for everyone. So what it is, 31 days of love. So starting December 1st, every day there's going to be a post. And the post is going to be, we'll call it like a challenge for each of you. And I mean, you can do it or not. You don't have to, of course, but if you do this challenge, and I'll give you an example of the first one that we're putting up today, is it's something that is in the name of love. And we know love has so many different aspects and layers to it, but something in the name of love. So it will be one day, it may be something that is for you yourself personally, compassionate towards yourself. It may be a challenge towards somebody that you don't know. It might be a challenge towards forgiveness. Each day there'll be something, and I would like everyone to take the idea as an inspiration and make it your own. So use the inspiration, and then um, you don't have to do it exactly the way that we post it. but to really, you know, get your own feel of it and make it to what feels right for you. The point is to do something each day. Now, why? So, why are we doing this? Well, December for many of us is a busy month. Sometimes not only busy, but we're getting into in our neck of the woods colder weather. We have maybe different events with family. Maybe we have events that are not happening. Maybe there's been changes in your family over the years or friends, and maybe there's somebody that's not at your table this year. You know, there's so many different things, emotions, feelings, concerns that come up during this time of year. And what I want to do, and my intention for this is to help us roll into 2025. So rather than start day one, January 1st, 2025, with an intention of, I'm going to start doing this, why not start it now? So we're building an energetic momentum so that we are, in essence, doing something that is giving to ourselves, is giving to our own energy that has a benefit that goes outwards to everything around us. And when we do something every single day, and these are not big things, guys. These are, and I'll give you the example in a minute, but this is not something elaborate. This is something that's very real and easy to do that is going to make a difference. If you do this each day and you put the effort in it, it's going to help the momentum of your vibration and it's going to ripple outward. And towards the end of the month, we're going to have a little something to reflect back on. So here's the thing. So here's what we're going to do. So for today, for December 1st, in 31 Days of Love, this is the first challenge. Smile at yourself in the mirror. So stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, and say something out loud to yourself. Now, this is really important that you're not looking in the mirror and picking out flaws or looking at what you don't like. This doesn't have to be a physical attribute. This is, you can look at yourself and say something like mine that I did. You smile with your eyes. And that's felt by everyone, including me. So that's mine. That's as simple as it is
It's
saying
true.
that
Will
to
you
myself.
smile with your eyes at us right now? I love it.
Like, and now I'm on the spot. How do I do that exactly? But it's
It's
something that,
true though,
thank
Michelle.
you.
You
Thank
do.
you.
You light up our day every
Thank
day
you.
with your smile. Well, I guess not every day, every Monday
Thank you.
with your smile.
Well,
And it
then,
is, and it's infectious, and it is
oh,
with
thank
your
you.
eyes and your lips, like your mouth, like it is. It's a whole face smile. I love
I'm
it.
just one big walking smile. Thank you very much.
You are.
That's the
You are. So that
idea.
was a good one that you picked.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, and maybe you are extremely compassionate. Um, you know, the whole idea is to have you look at yourself with vulnerability. Be vulnerable with yourself. Do it alone. Nobody else is listening, watching, and just say something kind about yourself that you know is true. And, some of us that might be really challenging to do, but that's part of this. That's why this is important. And so when you do this, here's the next little part of the challenge. I ask you to write down on a piece of paper and get like an 8x10 piece of paper, put number 1, or you can put December 1st, and then write, smile at yourself in the mirror. So you don't have to write any, unless you want to write extra about what you did, but just write the challenge down. And then fold the paper in half so you're not looking at it all the time. Just have it nearby. Okay. The next part of the challenge, which is completely up to everyone, is if you feel like you would like to share. So each day there'll be a new challenge, and every day I'd like anyone who would like to share either what happened, what their challenge was, what did you have difficulty with, or what was successful, anything that you'd like to share with the community, because every single day when you place a comment, whether it's on Instagram or on the community page on YouTube, what we're going to do is we're going to take your name and we're going to give you a ballot for every time you make a post. We're going to give you a ballot and we're going to put that in my little singing bowl over here. And so by the end of the 31 days, so for January 1st, Maren and I are going to pull a name and we're going to offer you either a free session or a free space at one of our classes coming up this year. So, so there's some benefits. So that's our gift to you guys and for participating. But also the gift that you're giving yourself is this is not only a beautiful way to work with your own energy and something that's very simple to do, that it's the commitment, it's the continuation, the doing something each and every day. That is such a strong piece in your vibration. That is such a beautiful way to strengthen love within yourself. And when we do that within ourselves, when we express that outward, that's something that starts to roll on its own. So no matter where you are in your journey, it's going to give benefit to you and to those around you. And it's going to help you. So whatever maybe challenges or something that you're coping through throughout the holidays, it's going to help build that space in your vibration to either help you neutralize your energy, to help you feel more compassion, to help you feel more at peace. It's going to give you something. And that is the intention that I would like everybody to have in the back of their mind, to know that I'm doing something positive for me that is positive for everyone else. It's a sharing kind of thing. So what do you think, Maren? Anything else you want to add to that?
I love it. I think that it is so important to keep our vibrations high. And in this, I don't know, the visual I'm getting is this little love ball of momentum. Because, yeah, the holidays are rough. There's a lot of, you don't see people for, a year, maybe sometimes, maybe more. And then you come
Mm-hmm.
back together and it just kind of opens up old wounds, or just it just sometimes brings friction, sometimes
Yeah.
brings guilt,
Yeah.
sometimes just brings up these old wounds, and we can get sucked down and we can start to kind of like ruminate in that like place.
Yeah.
And so to kind of get pulled out of that every day and to have something to look forward to that's going to be positive energy, positive self
Yeah.
love. I love that you're starting day one with the self
Mm-hmm.
and, highlighting yourself and your positive traits of
Mm-hmm.
yourself is a
Mm-hmm.
really important place to start because it always starts with us. So
Always.
get us right and
Yeah.
then, give love forward. So
Yeah.
that's good. I
That's
was
right.
thinking about what mine would be, and gosh, there's like it's I don't know why I'm kind of having a hard time. Like I guess I could pick more than one, but it was picking one that was very meaningful was I was kind of having a hard time. It's like I feel like it's what starts you off. So you did such a good job. I don't know. Maybe like I feel like I always try to leave with like a helping heart. Like
Yeah.
I'm always trying to lead with a helping heart. And if I can say that, because I feel like sometimes people try to steer me wrong. I don't know. So if I can know that I've always got good intentions, I truly,
That's
no matter how much I blunder things, I truly do have good intentions, and I'm always trying to lead with a helping heart. I can
that's
say that
true.
over and over to myself.
That's
Yeah.
true. I would say for you too, Maren, you are a very compassionate listener. very compassionate listener as well. You're very in tune, you pick up on things, and really you listen with your full attention. You always
Aw,
give your full intention and attention, and you are very stable and sturdy with your heart, no matter what you do. And that is the truth. So that's a beautiful thing to know that you do, because nothing, when you know these things about yourself, when we know things about ourselves that we know are true, it doesn't matter what happens around us or the perceptions that are happening of what people have of us. That stability of knowing what is true about us, about ourselves. When we have that, nothing can pull us off that. When you have that heart that no matter what, sometimes things happen unintentionally that we can't control, but we know the place that we've come from, the place that we begin from. Our intentions are always good. Our intentions are not to hurt. Our intentions are to be as compassionate and loving and leading with the heart as we can be. And that's why I always use the healing heart, because that's what brings us together. It's the intention of the heart. So that is a really good one for you, man. Really good
good.
one. Yeah.
I love that. I don't know the healing heart. I don't know what I always thought of when I heard the healing heart. Maybe more of like, well, just like the healing journey, maybe. But I do love
Yeah.
like that heart connected, that you really chose heart for a specific reason.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. It's all about the heart and the mind being connected,
Mm-hmm.
because that's, and I'm sure you can understand this too, Maren, many of us, that we worked everything out in our mind. Our hearts would feel one thing, and we're trying to work things out in the mind. And it's a journey to join the two together. It's a journey to blend the mind and the heart and to truly come from that place.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to do that is the healing journey of being able to really look at the places where maybe we let the mind lead aimlessly, and the heart was just kind of back here saying, wait, don't forget about me, and maybe we would push the heart aside, our own heart. But when we are able to blend them together, we really can be the best to ourselves and to others. And
Yeah.
and that's really what the healing journey is being able to walk with both, because as much as we walk in the spiritual worlds and the etheric world, and we understand all these different levels of energy that aren't seen, we're human beings. We're here having a human experience. So to be able to understand how to pull those things into our day-to-day life and to work with the mind is essential to be able to have an experience here that is really a fulfilling experience within ourselves. So heart and
That,
mind.
yes. Um, it's funny that you say that, like the human experience, because I don't know, sometimes do you ever feel like um I try to like this is my I swear I have good intentions. I swear I have a
Yeah,
helping heart. I do. And then do you ever get like frustrated that you are like do you ever wish you could just sink down, you know? Like I do. I really do lead with a helping heart. And then there's just
yeah,
sometimes where I'm like, man, why do I have to do that? Why can't I just
yeah,
sink down and just
yeah,
feel low, do low?
yeah, yes. And, it's interesting that you say that, because the way I see it is I walked so many times in my life where I, I led with my heart. I know my intentions are good, but I maybe didn't come from the best place, or I made decisions that were not good for me. And
Mhm.
because of those things, it's almost like even when I felt I was doing something from the right place, from a good place of my heart, it looked completely different. I could tell it was being perceived different because of decisions I'd made in my past. Because I was carrying so much shame and so much guilt for some of the things I'd done, even though I knew in my heart I've always been a good person. I've always had a good heart. I've always wanted to do the best for others.
Yeah.
But it didn't always come off that way. And
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, this is like the biggest thing on our journey is part of the reason why I get so defensive and I get so upset when I was being perceived wrong is because in the back of my mind, I'd be like, I'm trying so hard. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to like, I'm trying to make myself better. I'm trying to make things better. And I think to myself, why am I trying so hard? Maybe I should just forget it all and just be a complete ass,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Oh my God, I'm like the
And
naughty elf right now. I'm like, let's
yeah,
do it.
it's
Yes.
true. Like that stuff would come up and I'd just be like, I'm done. But the thing is the more and that doesn't come up really anymore. It doesn't come up anymore because at one time that it did, it was because I wasn't able to validate myself.
Yeah.
And so I would be wanting validation from different people in my life to tell me I was good so that I could feel good, so that I could feel accepted. And so when those feelings would come up, the more I'd be working on myself and I'd get blamed for something, or I'd be told that, oh, Michelle, you're just doing this for attention. You've always liked attention. You've always liked to talk. You're just doing this because of this. It's not real. It's not this. And I'd get so mad because I'd be like, but it is. But then at the end of the day, it was the inner work of keep going back inside and realizing I'm not doing it for the validation of others. I'm doing it because I can't live this way anymore. I'm doing it because
It's
I
true.
want peace. I want peace in my family because I accept that I am imperfect and that is perfect for me. And so because of that exploration of what I will and won't put up with, that exploration of who am I really, that became the validation. And Eric taught me, you know, learning or having validation from the outside is not bad. It's not wrong. It feels good. And you'll notice, even when you said to me today about smiling with my eyes, you notice that I get that little bit of discomfort. Because even today, when somebody compliments me or says something, I feel this like, oh, that feels really good. But there's this little piece in me that's almost like, okay, stop putting it on me. I'm going to give it to you, right? Like I'm gonna give you a compliment. I'm gonna give something to you, and that's something I work on. You know, I really work on every day to receive.
Maybe in the mirror, you could say you deserve all of the compliments that you receive.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
really good one. That's a really good one. You know, because it's always been a lot easier for me to give it than it's been for me
Hmm.
to receive it. And learning to have self validation. I mean, that's something we talk about with channeling spirit, bring spirit through. We have to learn to be able to trust what we're getting and be willing to say, this is what I get. And if it's not received on the other end, we have to trust that it came out the way it needed to And we
Mhm.
have to be okay with letting that go. And amazingly, when you do that, things always align,
Mhm.
right? So that's applied to every piece of our life. When we know what our intention is, we're really doing things from our heart. And this, um, Eric had said to me a long time ago, to be able to work through that feeling is to not be impulsive with your responses.
Yes.
Because in the past, my responses would be I'd want to defend, explain myself, convince another person that I was coming from a good place. I would give all the reasons, but it would really just be me erratically all over the place trying to convince somebody else that I was good or that I wasn't trying to hurt them. And I had done that since I was a kid.
Mhm.
And it would be exhausting and upsetting because it would never be good enough. So I'd be left with this feeling. Well, that feeling was my feeling. It was mine because I was not comfortable sitting in the feeling of upsetting somebody else.
Mhm.
But it was me that was uncomfortable. So,
Well, it is.
yeah.
Yeah. When you
And
upset someone else, it
it doesn't
does,
feel good.
especially if you're trying to lead with a helping heart,
Yeah,
it does not feel good when you've
it
upset
doesn't.
someone. Yeah.
No, no, it doesn't. So it's really being able to take space. And so I really learned that to not allow anyone to pressure me because they want an answer or because, of course, there's times where something's very aligned and it feels right and you know exactly what to say in that moment because the more you practice this, you're clear, so it comes up very easily, right? But when you're working through it, it's and there are times still if something comes towards me and I need to spend some time with it before I give a clear answer, I will always say, I'm going to get back to you on that. I'm going to let you know about that because either it's not the right moment for me, there's other things going on, and I need to deal with where I'm at, or maybe I need to do a little self investigate. It depends on what the scenario is and what it is, but giving that space, having that little bit of space of not being impulsive, reactive, because that was the biggest piece for me. I was always very reactive,
Yeah.
and
Will
so
I
it
still
didn't
want to text
translate.
this in the morning? I think that's the biggest thing too, is to separate emotions from your heart, right?
Yes,
Like, does my heart want this, or is this my emotions right now that
yes,
are making me want to say this or
yes,
do this or
yes,
send this?
yes. And authenticity to me is extremely important. Like, and that's such a big thing with everything I do is I want to be as authentic that I understand myself in any given moment. So being authentic to me is I love my spiritual practices. I love being in all of these higher worlds and everything, but I've got two great big piles of laundry behind me that need to be washed because I'm human, right? Like
Mm.
it's really being authentic with my heart is here to help others be okay where they're at and continue to grow and get themselves out of a place of chaos and into a place of peace and being able to manage life and experience all the things that we have available to us. That when we're in this place of living for other people or trying to take care of situations or putting out fires, we're ignoring this. And so it's bringing us back and being okay that that laundry will be there for me later. I know it will. It'll get done. But I hope that made sense. I didn't trail off too far into left field, but I think
No,
that's
that's
important.
good. That's good. Okay, well, I love it. So look at yourself in the mirror. Day one is look at yourself in the mirror and say something about yourself. Is that what it is? Just say something
Yeah,
about yourself.
it's look at yourself and give yourself a compliment.
Give yourself a compliment. Okay.
Yeah, so something, whether it's internal, it can be physical if you want, it doesn't matter. Say
Okay.
something kind.
Okay, say something kind. Okay, mine was more like a universal truth I felt about
Yeah,
myself than maybe a compliment. So I'll I'll work on that.
yeah. And then
So,
everybody don't forget to share. And remember, it doesn't have to be a big share. It's just, make comments, share what you like about it, and we will put your name and put a ballot on your name. So every day you have an opportunity to get 31 ballots. Now, if you comment on Instagram and on YouTube, I'm just thinking of that now. Does that give two ballots? I guess it would, right? Or should it?
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe it gets you one and a half.
What the heck? What the heck? Let's be giving. If
Okay.
you take the
Right.
time, if you take the time to post in both places because the viewership is different, you never know. If you take the time to do it in both places and in Marin's as well, that
Well,
gives
but
you an
we're
opportunity. Sorry.
yeah, we'll be collaborate on Instagram. We'll collaborate. So if you
Yes.
post on yours, it'll automatically post to
Yes.
mine.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right.
yeah, so it's just
That's good.
Instagram or
So it'll
YouTube.
be
Yeah.
just two. Okay. So
Yeah.
Instagram or YouTube. And so you have the possibility of having 62 ballots with your name on it by the end of the
Yeah.
month. So
Yes. My
I think
gosh,
that's really
that's
cool.
wild.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a big old hat to put
Yeah.
all these in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm excited to share that too. That'll be fun. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much, Michelle. This was such a creative idea. I really like it. I really feel like this will help with our energy going into
Yeah.
the little love snowball going into January
That's
and
right.
help us get through the holidays that can bring up a lot. So,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
good.
Good.
I like it.
All right. Well, guys, I guess that's it for another Mentorship Monday for today. And check out our posts. And we love you all. We hope you all have a wonderful week. And we will see you next week on the same back time and the same back channel.
All right, everyone. See ya.
Okay. Bye.